What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now, in today's video, we'll be covering task 4 and task 6 speaking questions. So take out your notebooks, grab your writing utensils, and get ready to take some outstanding notes. Now, in today's video, I'm not going to take notes once again because I want to emphasize how important it is to take good notes. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to answer the speaking questions today because I'm only going to be able to rely on my memory. All right? All right, now that's the reading passage we'll be looking at today for task 4. So the topic is revealing coloration. Now, revealing coloration, I see it in the second line. And it says, so-and-so is what is known as revealing coloration. So the definition, the easiest definition is revealing coloration, which is known as one defensive strategy involving the use of coloration, okay? So if I were you, I would have written that down somewhere over here so that I don't forget it. But I'm not gonna write it down because I wanna show you how important it is to take notes, okay? All right, so since I'm done with the reading passage, let's listen to the lecture.
There's a large tropical insect called the peanut bug. Yes, like the peanuts that you eat. And the peanut bug's front wings are colored so that they blend in with their surroundings. But its back wings, which are usually closed and hidden, have these bright, colorful spots on them. And when the peanut bug's attacked, it suddenly opens its back wings and out pop these big, bright colors. And that surprises the predator and gives the peanut bug a chance to get away. And then you have a butterfly called the morpho butterfly. And parts of the morpho butterfly's wings are very shiny. They reflect a lot of sunlight. When this butterfly is resting, this shiny part of its wings is hidden. Now, morpho butterflies are often attacked by birds. So when a bird approaches, the morpho flies away. And when the morpho flaps its wings, all the bird can see are flashes of light reflected from the morpho's wings. Those flashes of light make it very difficult for the bird to follow the morpho, and the morpho is usually able to get away.
All right. So the professor ended up talking about 2 examples. The first one was about the peanut bug, and the second one was about the morpho butterfly. Now, since I don't have any notes, I really don't need any time to prepare, and I'm kind of afraid of forgetting the details that I just listened to, so let's get right over to my sample response. In the lecture, the professor elaborated on a couple of different examples to explain the concept of revealing coloration. To begin with, the peanut bug has front wings that blend in very well with its surroundings. However, its back wings, which are usually hidden, have very colorful spots on them. Consequently, when the peanut bug is attacked by predators, it opens its back wings, which surprises its predators and gives it enough time to run away. In addition to this, the morpho butterfly's wings have parts on it which are very shiny because they reflect a lot of sunlight. In other words, when morpho butterflies are chased or attacked by their predators, they flap their wings and reflect a lot of sunlight so that it becomes difficult to chase them. To sum up, these were 2 perfect examples of revealing coloration, which is one defensive strategy involving the use of coloration. All right, now, number 1. Although the sample response sounds really nice, it's extremely unrealistic because I don't have anything here. That was all from my memory. And thank God I remembered all that stuff. Number 2, my speaking template allowed me to use the 60 seconds of speaking time very efficiently and almost seamlessly, all right? But number 3, there is no guarantee that you will be able to emulate a response like this at the real test without any notes. Actually, it's not even close to a guarantee. There's almost 0% that you will do this well at the real test without notes. So let me tell you, I know that a lot of you guys might think that taking notes prevents you from understanding what you're hearing, but the honest truth is, if you don't have any notes for speaking questions, you're not going to be able to say much information from the conversation or lecture, so please practice taking notes. All right, now let's move on to task 6.
Today we'll talk about how companies determine the initial price for their products. By that I mean when they first introduce a product in the market. There are different approaches, and today we'll discuss two of them. They are quite different, each with their own advantages. One approach, or strategy, sets the initial price of the product high, followed by a lower price at a later stage. Why? Well, when introducing a new product, companies want to build a high-quality image for it. Products that cost more are believed to be of higher quality. So, during the early stages of the product life cycle, companies can make very high profits from consumers willing to pay more for a high-quality product, and although consumers know that prices will eventually go down, they are also willing to pay more to get the product sooner. This approach works very well with, innovative high-tech products, for example. Now just think about when video recorders or video cameras or even cell phones first came out. They were very expensive, but then they became much more accessible. Another very common strategy sets an initial price low. Now this happens when the market is already saturated with the product, and the strategy is to undercut its competitors. Say there's a newly starting computer maker trying to gain market share. So what do? Well, they offer a computer at an affordable price, lower than existing brands. By doing this, the company appeals to new consumers who weren't probably even interested in getting a computer. And, well, of course, to existing consumers who might now be tempted to switch brands. Now, how does this company make profits with its low-priced computer? Well, one thing that's often done is to encourage their customers to buy accessories also manufactured by them, like printers or software, for example.
Whew! All right. The professor talked a lot. This lecture was longer than 2 minutes, guys, and we only have 60 seconds to speak. So I'm actually feeling kind of confident because I know that I can ignore almost half of what the professor said. But anyways, the beginning sentence and ending sentence for this response is going to be, the professor gave a lecture about how businesses or companies set the initial price of their products. Okay, so that's the beginning and ending. The first example given was about high-tech products or technological devices, electronic devices, and the second one was focusing on what was it? I don't even remember. Oh, the second one was still a computer company. So what am I going to say? Oh, I'm going to say high initial prices and low initial prices at the end if I have 15 seconds left. All right, so that's almost 20 seconds. Let's hear my sample response. The professor gave a lecture about how companies set the initial price of their products. To begin with, companies sometimes set the initial price of their products extremely high because they want to establish a high quality image of their goods. This kind of method works extremely well with high-tech products because a lot of people want to get their hands on these goods as quickly as possible. In other words, in the initial stages of these products' life cycles, companies are able to make a lot of profit and revenue from consumers who are wanting to be early adopters. Furthermore, companies at other times decide to set their initial prices low because the market may be saturated with a certain product and in an effort to undercut their competitors. For instance, a new computer company has decided to offer a huge discount and set their initial prices low because they want to attract new customers and even persuade people to switch brands. Wow, okay, I got extremely lucky there. So I was in the back of my mind, I was telling myself, oh my God, you're not gonna have time. The stopwatch is gonna start blaring sometime soon. And when I was done saying the second part, I looked and I saw 0.9 seconds. Thank goodness for that happening. Now, I honestly tried my best to filter information out, but as you know, if you're ad-libbing, if you're improvising, your sentences sometimes become really long and they're not concise, in other words, because you have to keep on beating around the bush until you can think of the stuff that you remembered, all right? So that's what I did, and that's exactly why my speaking response for this question was really inefficient, as you saw. If I had taken notes, my response for this question would have been so much better. So guys, please, even if you are one of the individuals who have a lot of difficulties taking notes and understanding the lecture or conversation, you still have to try to do so, especially for integrated speaking questions. All right? Okay, the next video will be focusing on TOEFL independent writing. So if you guys have any independent topics that you want me to cover personally, leave them in the comment section below. All right, that just about wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed the sample responses, leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you still have not done so. Share the content with your close friends and family members if they need the extra assistance. But most importantly, if you are a self-disciplined and dedicated person, reach out to me about my tutoring services. Let's get the score that you deserve and need as quickly as possible. See you in the next video. Peace.